It was one of the most elaborate scams in the history of art crime. A devious plan to smuggle precious Egyptian antiquities that fooled customs officers for years. But as the legal net closed around him, the man behind the trade was driven to the point of suicide.
I drank hemlock, and I knew that it would kill me within 3 hours.
The case took investigators from the shadows of the pyramids to a quiet English village and right to the heart of New York's Madison Avenue. And it changed the worldwide trade in antiquities forever. In May 1994, the British Museum Egyptology Department received a photograph of a single sheet of papyrus. They were asked to translate the text and verify its origin. Looking closely at the photograph, they immediately realized that they had seen the sheet of papyrus before. They contacted the man who had sent it and asked him if he had any more. He said yes, and sent a further 22 photographs to the department. They were now sure that they were dealing with a large theft of Egypt's treasures. The Egyptology department immediately called the police. The call went to Scotland Yard's Art and Antiquities Unit. They in turn called their boss, Dick Ellis. At the time, Dick Ellis was in America working on another case. Ellis had an international reputation as one of the leading investigators of art crime. He took the call from his office about the Egyptian papyrus.
Well, it became very apparent to me that the investigation itself had the potential of being a very big investigation.
Dick Ellis returned to London and went to see the experts at the British Museum.
The people at the British Museum immediately recognized the papyrus as being part of a number of sheets of papyrus that they had in fact excavated themselves back in the 1960s at Saqqara in Egypt. And they were aware that these were objects which they had recorded and had placed into an Egyptian government store in Saqqara, and where they knew that these objects should still be. So they immediately realized that these were stolen.
These papyrus were written by an animal cult laying out the methods of mummification of animals in Saqqara, near Cairo. Dick Ellis realized that he was embarking on a complicated investigation. If these pieces were stolen, how was this done? And how had they come from an Egyptian government store to reach England? It was the start of an investigation that would change the laws governing cultural heritage in both the United States and in Britain.